Evening. Welcome. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can. Ooh, why is it not showing up here? I hope it's showing up for you guys. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Oh my goodness, what's going on? I hope you guys can see. Um, but for some reason it's not on my end, and I'm wondering why. Huh? Interesting. Okay, I might not be able to see comments. Try this again. I'm gonna look and see here, but you guys might all be in bed, so there's also that. So hopefully I'm going live. All right, let me get back to. Oops. Nope. Nope. Anyway, so I tell you, while I'm trying to pull up my own live cast so I can see comments. No, it does say it's going. It's live. Okay. Yay! Hey, big lady. I can see comments, but I can't see. But it looks like things are in frame on my phone. So, but for some reason I can't see my own live cast. Yay. Hi. How are you guys? Yay. Okay, good. Yeah, for some reason I can't see and I'm not sure why. It might be that something needs updating on my iPad. So, anyway, so the funny thing that happened, I was looking for I don't even know what. I was looking for a fountain pen that I haven't seen in a bit. And and I found all these things that I've been looking for. I know that I had mentioned I was looking for my case of dip pen nibs. Most of these are calligraphy, but I've got tons of them back from. My mom did some calligraphy for a while. Just a little hobby calligraphy. So I've got all those nibs, and I've got and then I also found where all my glassine envelopes went. So I've got those. I have those right here. And then I found, which is kind of crazy, I found these brushes, which I actually had gotten either for my birthday or for Christmas. I can't remember which. I love these. These are great. So I might try some washes with that. If not tonight, then another night before the end of this challenge. So yeah, it was like Christmas. Anyway, but what I thought I might do, I've been down the rabbit hole of working with fountain pens, and I wanted to play with this dip pen a little more, and I changed out the nib. And I thought about going back. I was going to go back over this with one of my brush pens, but I think I'm going to wait on that. I think I'm going to try to do some detailing with a dip pen. I did some. I think it's in the book I have upstairs. Of course, don't have it down here. Anyway, but I thought I'd play with that a little bit. And why is this keep turning off? I might have to keep turning this on. Sorry about this, you guys. I do not wait. You know what? Let me try and get out of this first. And I'm going to go back in. And it's only because it keeps shutting off and then I can't see comments. So that's my favorite part about going live is being able to interact with you guys. So it's still not showing up. Okay, whatever. So anyway, so here we are. So I think I'm going to do some detailing on one of my books. But I also forgot about these too. I've had these. I love these. These are water-soluble crayons. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's play with this right now. These are some water-soluble crayons that I have found. It was like, God, a couple of years ago. One of someplace it was it Cheap Joe's maybe somewhere. accidentally had these on sale for $8 for the big 18 pack. And I jumped on it. I bought two. Was it the 18 pack or was it 12? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. It was the 18 pack. And so I bought two. I gave one to my friend, my best friend. She also does, she's an artist. She also does journaling. And these are freaking amazing. I love these things. They're so creamy and they're great. And they're normally like $80. So for it to be on sale for that cheap was like somebody made a mistake, because it took them a long time to fulfill it. And they took that down pretty quick, but not before a bunch of people in the mixed media world bought some, including myself. So I thought I'd maybe revisit them. I mean, those mixed media, I mean, these are water soluble crayons are one of my favorite things. All right, I'm going to keep pressing on this. Okay. So, and I'll just show you why. I mean, like I had said about my little mini, my mini palette, that sometimes I'll put like a water soluble crayon bit or a water soluble chalk pastel in there. And that's because it's like just having a paint stick that I can turn around and just use like a watercolor. So I love it. So I thought maybe I would show you guys if you're not already familiar, but you might be familiar with these. But yeah, they're real super creamy, almost like an oil pastel. And I'm dipping it in water here. Can you even see my water? Maybe not. Let me raise this up just a hair. Okay. You can dip it in water and it's a whole different experience, because then it's real paint-like, which I love. Or you can take your brush. Let me find one of my brushes here. See, that's another thing. I found a lot of, you know what? I even have just my travel water brushes that a lot of times I'll keep with me and filled with water. Let's see if I can find one. Here's one with water. A lot of times it's easy if I'm like going to work in a cafe, and then it just becomes, it's like painting with watercolors. So I just love it. Anyway. So if I don't respond to your comments really right away, it's because, like I said, my iPad keeps shutting off because it thinks I'm not watching anything. Usually, if I have myself on YouTube, then I can see. There we go. Yeah, that's fun. Yay! All right, hold on. I'm going to press this so I can see. Ooh, there we go. I wonder if I can. Oh, I'm going to be messing with this. It's not good. Okay. So yeah, so that's fun. I love that. And I've got, yeah, I love these colors. Again, I like doing the dots too, where I just do dots and then go over with my either my white pens or my black pens. Now, of course, but this is kind of a little on the waxy side, so unless I spread that out and get the wash a lot thinner, then chances are it's not gonna work. So, because it'll be kind of waxy for that, for the ink. Oh, that's just such a good color. Look at that. Rich. Look, it even splattered over here from, that's interesting. So yeah, I've been down the rabbit hole of I have fountain pens. I've had some for a long time. I've just never really dove into the culture of it. I just liked writing with it, and I would just use a cartridge, but then I started discovering the inks. I know we talked about this last time. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that. So, but I also, like I said, I found, and I went to the thrift store, to the scrap exchange with my friends today, and I found a bunch of pen holders. I, went immediately to the stationery section of the scrap exchange, and the threads area, because I needed some embroidery threads for my my project. Let me get this one out of the way. I needed some embroidery threads for my patch project, and I found they have some great like old embroidery thread. Just people will put like their remnants, or sometimes little small collections of things, and it's a great place where I can just get what I need for really cheap. And it's probably not like super fresh quality, but I'm using this for, I don't know, I'm using it and then I'm going back over. Oh yeah, this is much better. I'm going back over the I'm focusing, sorry. I'm going to go back over and dye stuff, and so everything will dye together, and they're just little accent patches. I mean, it's not something in a place where it's going to be terribly stressed and there's going to be fabric over everything, so it's all good. So yeah, I got some of that and some interesting vintage trim and some vintage linens to add to my collection, which I'm repurposing. And then I found some nib holders, like a bunch of them, all different sizes. Some of them were rough, but some of them were great, and they were really cool. So I got a bunch of those. They were like together in a sack for like $3. Anyway, so I wanted to find my nibs. And here these are. And then I've got these. These are just like drawing nibs, which are great. I love that. So I'm playing with that. I'm wondering if this glittery ink would work as a good dip ink, but I think this is kind of alcohol ink. So maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. I love this stuff though. I'm gonna try a little dot of it in the middle of this. Woo! Oh, so much glitter. I love me some glitter. Yay. All right. There's that. Wondering if I dipped straight in here. Of course it's like a lot of that's absorbing into the. Oh, that does kind of work. But it doesn't show up when it's so fine. Anyway, also too, I wanted to talk about. I have this theory about using black, and even though I love using my black, um, like Sharpie, little thin Sharpie to do little accent lines. There's something when it comes to, like, when I was doing graphic design, or even when I would work with yarn. Instead of having black as one of the neutrals, I would substitute the black with something else, like a brown, like a chocolate brown, or a dark purple. And it just does something to the rest of the colors. So right now, this is not a black that I'm doing this outline with. This is actually a navy. And I'm going to go back in to see if I see comment. Yay. I wonder if it'll do now. Nope. Anyway, so yeah, it goes. It's so I'm working with a navy, and I feel like so I'm going to play with that a little bit because that's a theory that I like to hold is using that instead of a black, a navy, a brown, a deep purple, or a deep forest green. You know, something that's like a black with a dimension. You know, a dark color. And the same with white, except for most of the time, if I shift the white, I'm going to shift it to like an off white. Although I've never really tried to shift it to like a light gray, which would make sense. It's the same theory. Yay. I have the Caran d'Ache ones, and I love drawing into the wet watercolor with them. Such a cool effect. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that's like I said. If I'm going to get an art supply, I'm going to try and get it to be water soluble, so then everything plays nicely together. And the only thing that I break the rules on that is the acrylic for hello acrylic for the jelly plate printing, because I tried doing that with gouache, and it turned into a really unpleasant experience on my plate. Even though the the final result on the page was great, but I was like picking crumbs off of my plate, and it just was not fun. So anyway, but yeah, I love all the crayons, and it's interesting how a lot of them are so different. Because I like the Neo Color twos. I love those. I love these woodies. These are Stabilo, and then I also like the Dina Wakely. Is that who it is? It's the mixed media artist who has supplies that's sold at Michael's. Um, she has crayons that are fun, and they're a little waxier. I feel they're not as creamy as like the Neo Colors or the Woodies, but but yeah, they're really cool. They're kind of the colors are great. That's what I like, and she sells them in like small sets of little colors. Like I think she has like a flesh tone set type of thing, and but then she has like spring or Paris or stuff like that. So those are fun. But yeah, I love. I mean, they're so versatile. That's what I love about them. I mean, you've got a set. They're like a really good go to. And I feel like I'm being drawn to. I mean, I love my little micro pens, and I don't use the microns. I know that the ones that are the Securas, I think it is, they're so popular with all the illustrators. I have a hard time with them. They dry out so fast on me. I just don't love them. And but I for some reason the one that I stick with is the super fine point, the same version in the um in Sharpie. I used to use like the super fine ones, and then I moved on to point .7, something a little broader I liked. So anyway, now I like how this, with the water, it's looking a little more blue. See, I want to play with the dip pens with some of my other inks as well. Ooh, I bet it would be neat with the copper. I'm a sucker for the copper. I'm all about the shiny today. Let's see. The copper, see, would look good with this color. Oh, look at that. That's cool. I don't know if you guys can see the sheen on it, but the line, the orangey next to this aqua reminds me of like a copper patina. There is a bug. Get away. All right, I'm gonna check the comments. Having to keep up and do this. That's not fun. Yay. Awesome. So tomorrow I'm going to go on at night, probably for the rest of the week. And here's why. They had been working on roofing in my neighborhood. Well, they've reached my neighbor's roof at the building next to me, and they're going to finish the building next to me tomorrow, and then they start on our building on Thursday. And then Friday I go live at noon anyway. So if they're not making a ruckus, it might be that I do it at a different time, on probably in the afternoon, if so, because I've got plans for Friday night. So but tomorrow will probably be again at night, and then Thursday will too, just because not only will they be making noise, but I'm sure my dog will be losing his mind as they're working, because they'll be banging around and shaking the building, and I'm gonna have to give him drugs and a thunder coat. So I might need a thunder coat at that point. So I don't know. All right, let's add a little more. Oh, I love this color. See, that's gonna look good with the copper too. Where's my brush? Oh, I was using this. Yeah, these are great for, like, if I'm at the coffee shop or something, then I'm not making a mess with a big bowl of water, and in my watercolor palette, I can just use the reservoir brushes. And actually, that's what I got these brushes to do. But like I said, with the piston, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get the water to flow, because you kind of have to stop and crank it. Ooh, the paper's like coming up. Oh, look at that. Oh, I hate that. Yeah, it's a terrible bleed through. I think what is this? Is this the Canson? No, this is the Reflections. Oh my God, I'm so disappointed. That ain't good. All right. That's a party pooper. All right, we'll try this some more. Yeah, I like this color. The copper with the cobalt too. It's such a good contrast. I've been using a copper glaze when I made some mugs, and they have this color called Ancient Copper, which is amazing. And it's always been on my radar, but it never occurred to me that it makes this great copper color, because I guess sometimes it can come out not that. And then I saw some samples of one of my studio mates using it, and it just was amazing. So I started to use it with some glazes that were turquoise and aqua colors and teals, and I wanted to use it with some of this like cobalt blue as well, and come to find out they're discontinuing it. Ugh, it just makes me so upset. That happened with me on another set of glazes that, yay. Okay, I love your colors. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. That blue looks really creamy. It is creamy. I gotta run. We'll try to catch another one of your lives now that I know that you're doing them. Oh, good. I'm glad. Thanks, Kim. Yay. Um, and hopefully by the next time I'll be able to. For some reason that I can't even see my live feed right now, and but I have to keep pressing the pad to see the comments. So hopefully I'll get that resolved. Anyway, so the glaze that I had this one. Oh, do I have a sample of that here? Yeah, this is. Well, no, this is me trying to solve it. Here we go. No, wait. No, I don't have one here. All my messed up mugs. All the mugs that I mess up on become pencil cups. So yeah, but this color here, this blue, they don't mix this anymore. I think they decided not a lot of people were using it. And then there was one called Randy's Oatmeal that was this cream color that would get like a little kind of a texturedly kind of edge. Oh, here it is, right here. Oh. See, this is one I broke, so it became a it became a mug. But you see how it gets this orange effect around the edge? You see, and that's kind of repeating these colors here. It gets this orange effect around the edge. I love it. And it's this cream color, but it goes on cream, and it just where it breaks over the edges, it gets this kind of orangey color. And then and I just love the way it works. And I love the way when it drips through the turquoise, I loved it. Well, they're discontinuing this color too because evidently it's made with talc, and somebody bought the talc mines, and so they don't have access to the mineral anymore. Anyway, yeah, so that ain't good. But you just move on to something else. I guess the universe telling me that it's time to move on. But I love this design so much. I made so many pieces like this, and then this one just, oh, it just, yeah. I have a lot of broken handled cups in here. And then this I did with a wax resist. So, but you can see, I mean, this is a design that I do a lot. I practice, and that's what a lot of like, not in this one, in this one, I would go through and practice these form, just real simple ideas, because then I can translate something simple enough that I could paint onto the clay with wax as a resist. And then what happens is the off-gassing of the glaze, because the clay's this cream colored, but the off-gassing from the glaze makes it turn this orangey color, which I think looks really good next to that blue. Anyway, so all right, I'm looking at my whoop whoop whoop. Here we go. Yeah. So yeah, this is a color combination I love. But I'm also loving this navy instead of a black. But I don't know that I like it next to this green, but I think it's not. I don't know. It looks black next to the blue. Hell, it looks black next to the purple. Actually, it looks green next to the purple. Maybe it is green. Maybe there's some green in there. I don't know. Anyway, all right. I'm going to do just a little bit more, and then I'm going to call it a night. And I'll be back probably late again, just because um like I said, the roofers, well, today it was the roofers and the landscapers. Oh my god, there were so many noises. It was epic. And it was hard to get in and out of the driveway, because they're using a big crane to lift the shingles onto the roofs. So what do I want to do here? I think I want to do a design. Let's do some I wonder if it's looking green against this cream paper. Probably. And maybe it's the lighting too, because I don't have as much daylight. I like it's so interesting too. I was watching some YouTubes of people using dip pens to do illustrations, and their lines were so even. And I was like, this is making what I did the other day look so primitive. But at the same time, that's what made it so awesome was, the globs of ink and the scratchy unevenness. Although I like this nib. I changed out the nib and I like this one much better than the one I had on there. So that could have been part of it. And also this paper is not the best for inking for sure. It's real scratchy. But I don't have a problem with that. Like we were talking, the screeches, the scritches, the paper scritches are part of the thing. Oop. Yay. All right. I think I'm going to call it tonight. Let me turn on and look and see if you guys are still there. Yay. All right. I'm going to leave this to dry. I'm going to close up my inks. And I will be back tomorrow. Thanks. Thank you. Yay. I will be back tomorrow. It'll be in the evening. The rest of the week will probably be in the afternoon, depending on how much they get done on Friday. But Thursday, they're going to be on my roof. So I'm going to wait until they leave. So it'll be after dark. Anyway, all right. So have a good evening, my fellow night owls. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow.